Hey guys, this week it's time to cut, weld, and grind. Again. Hey guys, welcome back to Alchemy Motorsports. This week we've got a little bit to wrap up there on door number 3, and then we can get on to door number 4. I'm really looking forward to being done with all the rust repair around these doors. It's been a lot of work. It's really the same thing over and over again. It's not just that it's cut, weld, grind. It's that it's make the same shapes. Cut, weld, grind, the same thing basically over and over again. So I'm really glad to see the end of that coming up closer and closer. If you need to catch up on last week's episode where we did the rust repair in the front driver's door, I'll throw a link up above for that. If you're new here, I'll put in a link for the entire playlist, see where we've started and how far I've come on this project. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. That way you can make sure you come along for all the ridiculous shenanigans here in the shop. Anyway, guys, we've got some more rust repair to do. So let's get stuck into it. When I fit that corner, it doesn't sit quite as far down here as I want. So this corner, I made it a little tight. Gonna have to let that out some. So here's more or less the finished piece. I still have to weld up these sides and across there, bend this all back, and weld it all down so that, you know, the door sill is not done, but the installation of the actual patch panel is done. It's not overwhelmingly good, honestly. The fitment ended up being far worse than I thought it was going to be, and I really don't know the cause of that. But if you noticed in the time lapse, I hit particularly here, but also down here. But really these, I had to really hit them with the ball peen and made these big, I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but these are each a big old divot, like, you know, the cone of the ball peen hammer that I knocked into those so that I could put those spot welds in. Super bummer. This is the driver's front door, so it's the door that I will see the most, and it's so far the one that I think looks the worst. This kind of comes up and tips back down. So, yeah, I I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. I mean, in theory, I could come through and just build up weld and all of these and grind them flat. Maybe I'll decide that's what I need to do. I'm going to have to see just how much it really upsets me as time goes by. But for now, that's pretty much done. So I'm going to just, shield all of this where I still need to weld. And I'm going to hit all this with primer real quick just to protect it. And there's the finished corner. And yeah, I really at this point do not like those 3 spot welds. Man, they're pissing me off already. So there's a good chance I'm just going to have to slowly backfill that with some weld. And then grind it all smooth. Not exactly a fantastic journey, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. So I do have a little bit left here and there. There's a couple of spots on here I still think need a bit more weld. Grind that down, and then we will paint that. And at least the rust repairs themselves for this door will be done. And this is the last one. We've already cut that corner out. That one's a pretty simple corner to form up, hopefully. Shouldn't be too difficult. This corner is extremely hashed. This might be actually the absolute worst one. And like the other side, there's a lot of damage that travels up that pillar there. So we'll have to remove this panel like we did on the other side. And we're going to see just how much of that we can get done. I hope to finish the door frame rust repairs this week. So I'm sitting here in the back seat of the Travelall, which is sitting out in my driveway. And as you can hear, there's plenty of noise going on. I'm going to be working on the Travelall. Out here in the driveway, because a buddy of mine came up, and he's working on a project in the shop. We're going to use the lift to remove utility bed from a 454 powered manual 4-wheel drive late 90s truck, which is going to be the foundation of a project he's building. And hopefully you guys will see more of that thing, because I'll get to play with it. Sometimes he builds things without me. Sometimes he lets me play. So we'll just have to see. Anyway, I'm out here in the driveway. I'm just about getting ready to start on those destroyed corners. So, time to get us stuck into that. here's the amazing truck we just built. Oh yeah. Now if that's not a quality custom, I don't know what is. So the plan is actually to put a 67, 72, I think it's a 1968 that he has, on this body, 454 four-wheel drive. That bed is going to be part of what he's doing. It's just a part. It's not actually even part of the truck. It's just to make some changes to his truck. But that's the easy way for him to get it home because that thing was here at my house. And we took that utility bed off. And now he's going to drive this thing home this way and deal with the bed down there. Awesome. Had to go back and add in another square inch right here. I just didn't have quite enough meat in there. But otherwise, we're now at a point where I think this thing is pretty much ready to go in. So we just need to cut away all the other crap that's in the way and start getting this in. Well guys, we didn't quite make the goal of finishing the rust repairs on all of the door sills this week. We got the sill itself replaced, pretty much finished, although you saw where we ended. I put in a few welds just to backfill a few little holes. I still haven't grinded those down, so we've got to start there. Anyway, next week is actually going to jump us back in time to something I've already done. I tried to really put together a detailed, step-by-step, how I build the complex corners out of simple pieces so that it can be done, I figure if I can do it, so can basically anybody else. So next week there's going to be a how-to on how I actually build the complex corners with, the 4 or 5 different angles in them and get everything fitting the way I want it to. I've gone over some of that already in previous videos, but I really wanted to dive in and go over all of the steps, the thinking process I go through, the shaping process I go through. So hopefully that'll be interesting to some of you guys. So not the next video, but the one that comes after, we'll be able to finish up all the last of the rust repair here in these door sills, and then we'll move on to attaching the body down to the chassis pan. Got that done on the passenger side, now it's time to repeat all of that for the driver's side. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, we'll catch you on the next one. That way you can come along.